5 new laws, San Diego homeowners. Most of you don't know any of them exist, and at least one of them is affecting what your home is worth right now. I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes across San Diego, and right now I'm watching these new California laws quietly reshape what properties are worth, what buyers are willing to pay, and what sellers are required to hand over before closing. Some of these laws hand buyers new ammunition to negotiate your price down. Others are stopping deals cold at the closing table. And one of them, law number 4, is catching investors and cash buyers completely off guard in ways that are killing transactions that should have closed. Stay through all 5. The last one is actually good news, but the first 4, you need to know about these before your next transaction. Quick disclaimer, I am not a lawyer and nothing here is legal advice. I'm a real estate professional in San Diego sharing what these laws mean on the ground. For your specific situation, always consult a qualified attorney. Law number 1, and this one is directly affecting buyer confidence, which directly affects your home's value. As of 2026, any listing photo that's been digitally altered using AI or editing software must include a disclosure label plus a link to the original unaltered image. Virtual staging, sky replacements, digitally remove clutter, change flooring or paint, all of it must be labeled. Here's the value connection. Buyer trust in listing photos is already at an all-time low. When buyers suspect they're being misled, and this law exists precisely because they were being misled, they discount their offers. They come in lower. They negotiate harder at inspection. They factor in the gap between what they saw online and what they walked into. For sellers, your marketing has to be honest now, legally required to be honest. And counterintuitively, the sellers who lead with transparency are going to stand out and command stronger offers than those who dress up listings with AI-enhanced imagery that no longer holds up to scrutiny. Real presentation beats artificial presentation every time. That's the market signal this law is sending. Law number 2 can hand a buyer the power to cancel your contract even after you've accepted their offer. This one is showing up in price negotiations in ways sellers are not expecting. If you're selling a 1 to 4 unit property in California, you are now legally required to disclose any known history of tobacco or nicotine use inside the home. Not just active smokers. Third-hand smoke, the residue soaked into walls, carpet, cabinets, and HVAC systems from years of past smoking must be disclosed if you know about it. Here's how this hits home value. Once that disclosure is on the table, buyers immediately start calculating remediation costs, repainting every surface, replacing carpet and flooring, cleaning or replacing HVAC components. That math comes back to you as a lower offer, a repair credit request, or cancellation. We are talking about buyers citing $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 in adjustments on a single disclosure, and if you withhold it, the buyer can potentially cancel and pursue legal action after closing. The sellers who get ahead of this, disclose it early, and price accordingly are the ones who close cleanly. The ones who try to hide it are the ones wondering why their deal fell apart 3 weeks into escrow. Law number 3 is changing the San Diego condo market in a major way. And if you're in an HOA community, your home's value is directly in the crosshairs. For anyone in Chula Vista, East Lake, downtown San Diego, or anywhere in the South Bay with an HOA, this matters. Under Senate Bill 410, HOAs must now include the most recent balcony and elevated walkway inspection report in the buyer's disclosure package. Before this law, buyers could close on a condo and discover 6 months later that a $50,000 special assessment was coming for structural repairs. That surprise now has to be disclosed before you sign. Here's the value impact. A bad inspection report doesn't just scare buyers, it gives them leverage. A report showing deferred maintenance or needed repairs instantly becomes a negotiating tool. Buyers use it to justify lower offers, and some walk away entirely. For sellers in HOA communities, get your hands on that inspection report now before you list. If it has issues, get repair quotes, price accordingly, and control the narrative. The worst position to be in is having a buyer discover problems you didn't disclose. For buyers, this report is gold. Read it carefully. It will tell you more about the financial health of that HOA than anything else in the disclosures. Okay, law number 4. I mentioned this at the start. This is the one that is quietly stopping deals in San Diego right now, and most agents don't even know enough about it to warn their clients. Ask yourself this right now. Are you planning to buy San Diego real estate through an LLC, a corporation, or a family trust? Because if the answer is yes, and a large portion of San Diego's investor market does exactly that, this federal rule just changed everything about how your deal closes. As of March 2026, escrow and title companies are required to report all cash purchases of residential property to FinCEN, the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. When the buyer is any kind of legal entity or trust, what gets reported: names, addresses, dates of birth, tax IDs, and full beneficial ownership information for whoever controls that entity. Here's the part that is stopping deals. If any required party fails to provide that documentation before closing, escrow cannot close. The deal does not get delayed. It stops. And here's the market level value impact most people are missing. This rule is reducing the pool of frictionless cash buyers in San Diego. Fewer qualified cash buyers means less competition for your listing. Less competition means less upward pressure on your sale price. That is a real, measurable effect on what your home is worth right now. If you are buying through any entity, get your documentation organized before you even make an offer. Talk to your escrow officer on day one. This is not something to figure out the week you're supposed to close. Law number 5. I promised you good news. Here it is. Law number 5. And this one actually puts money back in your pocket. Assembly Bill 130 caps HOA. Fines at $200 per violation for non-safety issues. Before this law, HOAs could stack fines with very little oversight. Before your HOA can fine you at all now, they must provide written notice, give you a chance to cure the violation, hold a hearing, and deliver written findings. You also have the right to dispute the fine through internal resolution before it becomes final. The home value angle here is straightforward. HOA, communities with a history of aggressive, arbitrary fining have measurably lower buyer interest. Buyers ask about HOA enforcement records during due diligence. A community known for nickel and diming residents creates hesitation, and hesitation means lower offers. This law is a signal that California wants HOA communities to feel like places people want to live, not places that feel adversarial. That is good for values across the board. If you are in an HOA and you receive a fine you believe violates this law, you have grounds to challenge it. Know your rights. 5 laws. And every single one of them is touching home values in San Diego right now. Not in theory, not next year, right now. In active transactions. AI photo disclosures are raising the bar on honest marketing. Smoke history requirements are giving buyers new negotiating leverage. HOA inspection transparency is exposing assessments before closing. Federal cash reporting is thinning the pool of cash buyers. And HOA fine caps are improving the quality of HOA communities for everyone. Understanding these laws puts you ahead of 90% of the people buying and selling in this market right now. Here's what I want you to do before you close this video. Answer one question in the comments. Do you think California has gone too far with these new laws or not far enough? Type yes if too far. Type no if not far enough. I read every single comment. And if you are thinking about buying or selling in San Diego this year, or you just want to know exactly how these laws affect your property, the link in the description goes directly to my calendar. The conversation is free, there is no pressure, and 15 minutes with someone who actually knows this market can save you from a very expensive mistake. Subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. I'll see you in the next video.